Set 14A, number 1. Look at figure 1 and make a list of the ways to roll a total of 5 spots. What is the chance of throwing a total of 5 spots with 2 dice? So here is, I can't quite see it. There we go. Okay, so I want to know how many ways are there to roll a 5, and we realized that all of the 5s are going to be on the diagonal connecting the 2 5s. So you could either roll a 4 and a 1, a 3 and a 2, a 2 and a 3, and a 1 and a 4. But wait a minute, is a 4 and a 1 the same or different as a 1 and a 4? Different because the dice are different colors. And even if they were the same color, we always color our dice to make it easier to understand. Okay, they are independent of each other. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of a total of 36. So 1 in, not 12, 1 in 9. All right. 2 draws are made at random with replacement from the box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a picture like figure 1 to represent all possible results. How many are there? Well, it's going to be this exact same chart, except for we're going to delete those. Right? Are these independent of each other? Is the first one independent of the second? Or sorry, is the second independent of the first? Yes. How do I know that? It says with replacement. So the probability of the first choice is 1/5, and the probability of the second choice is 1/5, so 1 over 25, which is just a 5 by 5 chart. Okay? Everybody all right with that? What if we didn't do replacement? What would the chart look like? So right now we're looking at this much. If I was not allowed to replace, what would that do? So all of the double numbers would disappear, right? So if I would have to get rid of that, and then I would have to get rid of this, and this, and this, and that. So it would basically be 1/5 times 1/4, which is 1 over 20. And you'll notice I threw away 5 options. Does that make sense? So we went from 1 over 25 to 1 over 20 because this one was changed because of the dependence. All right. A pair of dice is thrown 1,000 times. What total should appear most often? Well, look here. What number appears most often? Oh, is this one dice? No, a pair of dice. So in this picture here on the board, what total shows up the most? So there are more of these than anything else. Right? There are more ways to roll a 7 than anything else. So does the 1,000 have anything to do with this story? With this problem? Could we change the 1,000 and get the same result? Yeah. So it doesn't matter how many times you throw the dice, 7 should be the most frequent sum. So in craps, 7 is one of the big numbers in craps. And that is a really complicated game. It's actually kind of fun. Well, it would take me a while to explain how it works. But in craps, 7 is really good to begin with. And then after that, you don't really want it. But 7 is the most likely sum to come up. What's the least likely sum? 2 and 12. There's only one way that each of those can happen. So yeah, the first one is 7, and then least often should be 2 and 12. Okay. Rolling it 1,000 times, does it change this picture? No, this picture is all possibilities. It's not saying how many times you roll. It's just how many options are there if you do roll. All right, 4A. In the box of 12, 13, 31, and 32, a ticket is drawn at random. Find the chance that the sum of the two numbers is 4. So I have the number 12, 13, 31, and 32. It's right after the parentheses in A. So in the box, we have each ticket has two numbers, 1, 2, 1. So 1, 2, or 1, 3, or 3, 1, or 3, 2. For instance, the first number on 3, 1 is 3, and the second is a 1. A ticket is drawn at random. Find the chance that the sum of the two numbers is 4. How many of the tickets have a sum of 4? 2 out of 4, so the probability would be 1/2. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 3. So now the box has changed. 12, 13, 13, 32, 33, and 33. What is the probability of drawing a sum of 4? Well, it would be 2 out of 6, which would be 1/3. Okay? And then 12, 13, and then these two change. 31, 32, and 33. What is the probability that the sum is 4? 3 out of 6, or 1/2. Does that make sense? All right, that takes care of set A.